Hello, wonderful people out there. Permit me to share something with you from Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, and I read from the New King James Version. It says, "And God said, Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." Let us make man in our image. Man was made in the image of God. You were made in the image of God. I was made in the image of God and His likeness. But in Genesis chapter 3, when sin came, after the fall of man, we lost the likeness of God, but we still had the image. The image is what you look like, but the likeness is the act. So let me cite this example with you. A company imitates Apple, an Apple phone or any Apple product. Yes, they imitate it, make it look original. But look at this. They don't have the capacity to make the phone act like the original product. You see, one day I went to, a friend called me that, someone is selling an Apple iPhone, an iPhone 12. So he says, okay, will you buy it? I said, okay. Then I went there to look at the product. So I made a call to a friend. I took pictures, made a call to a friend that is he well knows Apple products. I sent it to him, and I called him and told him, this is what I want to buy. And he asked me the first question: is it an Android version or Apple version? So I was like, I don't know, because I don't know much about iPhones. And he says, okay, what's the price? So I mentioned the price, and he said, no, it's an Android version, not an Apple, not original. I was like, okay. I didn't go back again. Yeah. But this is the thing. We have the image of God, but the likeness, we lost it. And if we lost it when sin came, because if you lost it, God doesn't sin, God doesn't lie, God doesn't fornicate, God doesn't cheat, God doesn't steal, God doesn't commit adultery and all those things, because He still has His image and likeness. But we have lost it. How do we find it? We find that in Jesus Christ. Look at what 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, that if any man be in Christ, he's a new creation. Behold, all things have passed away. Yes, when I gave my life to Jesus, when Jesus came into my life, He changed my life. Now I know what sin is. My light, the light of Jesus shines on sin. So if I lie, I get the conviction that no, this is sin. Accepting Jesus into your life makes you get the likeness of God. Then you start acting like God. I introduce Jesus